Was a broken system. Teens accused of violent crimes released with ankle monitors, but no one was actually tracking them in real time. WDSU first uncovered this failure 3 years ago.
Investigator Cassie Sherm looks into a new fix finally in motion, new tech, real-time tracking, and a new push to prevent more kids from falling through the cracks.
Is a big problem. Cassie, I think you're really on to something.
3 years ago, I uncovered that teens on ankle monitors were not always being tracked.
Do y'all know where they're at?
In real time, no, we do not know where they are.
So we looked into the tech on how it works for adults.
The person we're tracking is here, or some sort of bridge, we'll find her.
And found out what happens when teens cut the devices.
The way they're running their supervision program is to blame on what happened to Miss Thibodeau. The juvenile system is broken.
And now the state and the city are rolling out a new plan.
I take a look at the new tech that's not your average ankle monitor device. And guys, many people wouldn't even realize I was wearing it this entire time.
The bigger problem that we had, that literally an ankle monitor was cut off and no one was looking for it.
No enforcement, no response, just a device. With no one on the other end, city leaders say that failure went ignored for too long.
Tragic situations with offenders who were on monitors, but then the monitors weren't being tracked in real time. What is the point of that?
The fix, a $4 million joint effort between the city and the state, funded with American Rescue Plan dollars to launch a new juvenile monitoring unit inside the Office of Juvenile Justice.
The council stepped in and we made the commitment to try to figure out a path as to how do we fix the monitoring program so that it is monitored in real time.
It looks like a Garmin.
Yes, yeah, no, it absolutely does.
I got a first-hand look at the new tech and saw what it can do by the new person who's in charge of our Regional Office of Juvenile Justice, Leah Newton.
Realistically, it's just a watch that tells time, and then also we have the tracking component and the heart rate component.
So what is the difference between this and what we were using?
I think the main difference is just the time that the location is pinged. So now every couple minutes the watch is pinging the location. If a violation were to occur, we can then vet that information, get a hold of the youth or their parents and kind of figure out, is it really a violation and what's going on.
If a teen tries to remove it, the device knows.
Then not be tracking the heart rate, and then that would alert as well.
There's also a camera.
Youth can utilize this for photo check-ins.
Talatrix isn't new to Louisiana. Calcasieu Parish has the largest GPS wristband contract in the U.S. with 3,000 units just last year. That followed deployment across Georgia's Pierce County and mental health courts across the country.
How do we make sure that this actually is going in that right track?
Yeah, so there's a lot of accountability measures that were built into the contract. Everything from a ton of different reporting requirements that they have to provide back to the council. And obviously we're able to require those types of reporting requirements because we are paying for it.
But not everyone's convinced the system alone will fix things. Rafael Goenecci with the Metropolitan Crime Commission has seen tech like this before and says it's not about the device, it's about enforcement.
Someone has to actually enforce any violations, be aware when the offender is violating conditions of their release, and if they are, there has to be a consequence. That was the problem in the juvenile arena. The technology probably worked, but nobody was watching it.
So far, 10 teens are in the program, monitored by a brand new unit with a more hands-on approach.
The biggest issue prior was they were realizing, I'm not being as monitored as I thought I was.
Exactly, yes. Not only the tracking capability, but also the supervision component as well, and us being actively checking in with them and visiting them, going to their school, making sure that they are doing what they need to do.
Do you think that this could possibly stop teens from recommitting crimes?
I think it'll be interesting to see how the research comes out. I am also curious to see, are we going to see the level of violations go down as we are more active in their life?
Community members have been concerned about what's been going on with crime, especially with the teens. What would you say to those community members?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that my team, we are going to do, the best that we can. My goal is to have a 24/7 monitoring capability so that we can appropriately respond to, these serious violations.
Now, as this program continues to roll out, we're going to continue to follow the progress from these watches and give you guys the latest here on air and online at WDSU.com. Reporting here in New Orleans, I'm Cassie Sherm, WDSU Investigates.